as it goes, sometimes lockouts can be really painful. Most of the time I can get in and out of a vehicle in under a minute. Just getting set up takes a couple of seconds. Opening the door jamb, sliding my jimmy stick, you know, fun stuff like that. Just check this next video out. I'll show you how I do this. The three basic utensils you use to get the vehicle open are going to be your dog lead, which you've seen this one in action. Pretty cool. For vehicles with knobs, that's amazing. My most favorite go-to is this thicker stick, for lack of a better term. This thing is pretty amazing for most opening door handles, pushing the button for if it's an electronic door, you can push the button with this. Grabbing handles. Some vehicles have, instead of a knob, it's a flat piece. You can get that piece. You can get your little nubbins here on into that piece and lift it up. You saw the nubbins. Get that sucker in there. Most of these kits come with extra. They come with extra little nubbins in case these eventually wear out. They're rubber, they grab really well for most things. And they're hidden in the big one. The next one, if you want to get fancy, get that door open. It's a skinnier tool. You can almost reach clear across the car. If you've got enough room, you could pretty well get across the car. What I'm going to attempt now with this one is to grab the keys and pull them through the door. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. I've got the door jamb open as wide as the cup will let me open it. I've got the skinny stick. You can see the keys, they're down in the cup holder. I'm going to attempt to remove them and pull them through the door. I've got a pretty big set of keys. It may not be as easy as I think. We may have to go to old school stuff. Original. I may not be able to get these out of here. Under normal circumstances, most people don't have a huge set of keys. And now we're back in the car. Well, plan B. That didn't work at all. Alright. That was a failure. Alright. I got too many keys on the damn thing. It just kind of fell down and went down into the car. But I was able to grab them. You kind of get the idea. You can grab them. Like I said, most people don't have this much on their keychain. So for intensive practical purposes, I'm just going to set these on the seat. And I'm going to pull them through the door. We'll try it again, one more time. Some vehicles, there's only one way, and you can't deviate from that at all. But with this, I can push the unlock button, because it's a Ford. Sometimes on newer cars, you push the unlock button. If the vehicle's locked up, it won't work. But with this, you push the button, it pops the lock, easy. Or, since it's a Ford, you can grab the handle, it pops the door open. Third one, I'm going to attempt to grab the keys out of there. So this is my second shot. The first one didn't work. I had the keys up, they were coming through the opening, and it popped off the thing and dropped down. So I had to unlock it the regular way. So I'm going to attempt it again. Oh, once I open it. Get the bladder full. And you gotta fill it all the way up. As wide as you can get, because you want to get them keys through that door. And everything in the world impossible is gonna want to block you from doing that. So if you can hook the keys, it's kind of like the claw game. I guess that would be the easiest way to describe this. Bend your tool accordingly. If I can get those keys and get them on there and pull them through, a little wiggle here or there, boom. I got the keys. All right, back to the set of tools. We've got, again, a couple of different wedges, a plastic piece to sit into the jam here. You want to do, without damaging the window, slide your piece down in through there. I don't have any Slim Jims in this particular set, so that's not even what we're working with today. All right, now to demonstrate. We've got the air bladder pump. Easiest thing to do, easiest way to do, open this up so you can get just enough room to stuff your air jack in. Now if you move some moldings, not a big deal. You can always pop them back when you're done. Always make sure to put this away. I've lost more than one of these. Put it back in the bag so you don't lose it before you move on to the next step. Next step, close the valve and inflate. Make sure your airbag is evenly distributed, front and back, so you have plenty of room. Also make sure it's down far enough. Alright, back to inflating. Now I've got just enough room to play around in this. Alright, it's always good to know where the keys are in the vehicle. In this case, they're in the ignition. So, we're gonna wanna start with, this is always my go-to, the big stick. And aim for the unlock button first, if it's an electric car. Push down, boom, and we're open. Pull your stick out, deflate the bag. This is still under pressure, and open a vehicle with that amount of pressure on could be dangerous. Shattering windows. Now, let's try a different approach. It's a Ford. So, we're going to attempt this again. All right, coming back to it, bladder, wedge. I think you guys got this part down pretty well. Should be fairly simple. You slide it in till you can feel it in there. Now you can kind of, well, if it's tinted windows, it's gonna be a little more difficult. I do have tinted windows on this vehicle, but just kind of judge. Some of these door frames are a little bit wider. Always put it back with the bag, at least with the bag, because when you close it up and you kind of look at all your tools and make sure you have them all there. Inflate your airbag, blood pressure cuff, giving you plenty of room to work. A little distortation. If you can see that you've got a little knob that you might be able to grab, there is the dog lead, which this thing is awesome. You get it around there, cinch it up tight and pull. We can try that with this. Generally with the Fords, the knob doesn't come out far enough. We can attempt it. I pretty much know this is usually a no-go and get around it. Just not enough of it there to get a good grip and pull. So that's not really a good tool to play with. You can try it. You might be able to get it. But again, this is a Ford. You do still have some pressure on the door, on that window. But if you can see where the handle is, give it a little bend. See where the handle is, get your piece into the handle. If you can grab that handle, you might be able to get the door. On some vehicles, it'll pop the lock up first, which is a good thing. Or on some, it'll just open the door. But again, be real careful because you've got a lot of stress on the glass as you've got your airbag inflated, and it may break the window.